So in this presentation, I'm going to talk about graphic novels as a genre that represents migration. This topic, how is it represented in graphic novels? In the presentation, I'm going to use some parts from the books you can see on the screen. And mainly, I will be also talking about some scenes and some pictures from the following two novels. They Called Us Enemy and The Unwanted Stories of the Syrian Refugees by Don Brown, and the other one by George Takei. And so mainly I will be talking about these two novels. So to start, I'm going to ask two main questions. How can visual storytelling reshape public perception of refugees and migrants? And why graphic narratives? Why does it matter? Why it's different or special? What makes it a better maybe or different from the traditional way of representing refugee stories? So first, the migration crisis is one of the defining humanitarian issues of the 21st century. As you witness nowadays, we have like maybe 10 active wars around the world. And traditional also media and realist literature often portray migrants through statistics or surface level narratives. So unfortunately, people became in the news like numbers and figures. They lost their humanity. So I think literature kind of restores this humanity of people or migrants. So this presentation also explores how unconventional literary and visual forms often or offer deeper and more empathetic portrayals. So I'm here not to blame anyone, but it's the nature of our human beings, like the way we receive news or the way we read or how our minds work. So, and I think graphic novels help our nature to understand other people or the problem of migration. So also I'll be presenting the difference between history and traditional news and literature. So going to the next slide, the first thing that graphic novels provide is that it combines text and image, which evokes empathy. So when you see the expression of another human being, maybe you feel empathy, you feel the way he or she feels. There is a scholar and a writer called Nina. Her books will be presented later in this presentation. She suggests that comics can bridge the gap between readers and the lived experience of refugees, fostering a deeper understanding of their struggle. And also it offers reader engagement. The visual immediacy of comics fosters empathy, allowing readers to feel the experiences of refugees. So if you look at the pictures, you can see, you can feel, not only imagine, you can feel at the same time how many people react or feel about a certain situation. So, and also the pictures or the drawings or whatever you call them in comics, look at this picture, for example, and imagine a piece of news that says 10 refugees are drawn in the sea, for example. But at the same time, imagine how do you feel when you see this picture? You see that every individual and every second matters. Every second matters. It's not only a piece of news. You can see the expression of people who are marginalized in the news or in traditional history or media. And next, also, one of the good thing about this genre is that, you know, some people maybe don't like traditional novels or traditional literature. So some prefer comics or to see pictures and to be engaged. So this type of novels reach wider, younger, and more diverse audience. Also, when you portray a story, this is not only in comics, but also in historical fiction, magical realism, and all other types of literature. It portrays the stages of the life of someone, of the character. It's not like the news or a historical book that portrays just the incident. Here you come to know the person, the human, in their early stages of life. Like they, if we are talking about war, it's important to remember that they were once living in peace and they had a normal life just like the life of any other human. This is not offered in typical or traditional media. So also the pictures or the drawings conducive to emotionally layered storytelling. Like you can see like the emotions on every face drawn or pictured. And also this is something important. The drawings in comics help break the horizon of expectations. Horizon of expectation, it's something like all of us, since we live in different places, we have different cultures, we have a lot of different differences in a good way, of course. For example, if I say to you there it's crowded, and I am from China, for example, or India or any crowded country, I might picture like 1,000 car or hundreds of cars in front of me. But if I am from a small country, like let's say Lebanon or Turkey, not Istanbul, of course, you would say like, oh, there are 10 cars or maximum 20 cars. This is because each one of us has his or her own horizon of expectation. If I say to you there is a bomb or explosion, each one of us might have a different image in his or her mind. So when you see it drawn on the paper, it breaks the horizon of your expectation. So it's the explosion that we are talking about is as big as this one. So next here we have also it talks about and illustrates the stages that refugees go through, and they talk about things that they go through, like smugglers and safety and the troubles that they face on the way to their destination. And also it provides, this is not only in comics, but also in historical fiction and other types that talk about refugees. It provides us with the personal story and identify the character that we can sympathize with. Unlike the news, they say, for example, 10,000 people died. We hear it like nothing happened. But when you hear that Bushra, for example, in this picture, becomes the millionth Syrian refugee registered by the United Nations, and you see the picture and you see her individually, so you kind of sympathize or understand the meaning of this number, because our minds or our brains are not designed to understand these big numbers. Next here, also it gives voice to the character. Directly you can see characters or persons speaking directly to you, talking about what they feel or the things that they have. Like, there is no future, there is no hope. Do you think there will be room for us in 2019? This voice of the refugees or immigrants is not usually given enough, let's say, in media. Next here, and also sometimes these drawings express something that cannot be conveyed using words. For example, look at this picture from They Called Us Enemy. Look at the face of the boy, how it's illustrated. I think personally there is no way to convey this expression in words. Like, look at his face, the way he looks back at us, the readers, the soldier, the pictures on the right. Like, there are many expressions. Look, for example, the four men sitting here. Each one has like body language and expressions. So I can write like, there were four men sitting, they are tired, they are sad, but I cannot express as a picture can. Next, here, I also, I'm going to like refer to these books by Nina Mictwiz. I'm sorry for the pronunciation, I don't know it. And in her books, she discusses how comics can document trauma, and the important points in her books are that they create embodied experience for readers and also give us space for resilience and allows the reader to feel and understand the impact of displacement. And also these unconventional forms of complex realities, graphic narratives disrupt traditional realism, and these graphic novels can have many different types, like you can use memoir, reportage, visual metaphors, and it can capture the emotional, psychological, or political layers of migration. Look at this picture, for example. The expressions of each person's face is like, cannot be portrayed in words easily. And the power of visual language also, the layers and the like design of each page, it focuses on something, or it shows you a picture in one whole page, or it's divided between the pages. So this helps us see the facial expressions and posture, and the panel shapes as well, and the color, which gives us the mood of the certain incident in the story. For example, this is an example to clear out my point. This is a real piece of news. It says deaths of migrants in the Mediterranean Sea between 2014 and 2024. This is published by Statista Research Department on June 17, 2025. So look at this piece of news. You see bars and you see diagrams, and it says 3,105 migrants died, 2,333 casualties. So as a human, I feel honestly nothing. Okay, this is just a number, died, casualties. I don't feel it. This is how my mind works. So, but I think like creating these images and writing humanize the statistics, especially in crisis. And also it's like kind of gives back humanity to these statistics and portrayals, like we are not numbers, we are people, we have feelings, we have stories. So it's useful in education, activism, and community engagement to let people understand how it feels. It's not only a number. And the power of the medium, it's universal. Maybe I can get comics in Russian and I don't know any word in Russian, and maybe understand some of what's happening or the main incident or what is it's about. And multimedia storytelling, the use of both visuals and textual storytelling allows for nuanced portrayals of refugee stories that resonate on multiple levels. And just to recap, these are the two novels that I took most of the pictures, not all from. They Called Us Enemy is a graphic memoir, and its significance lays in the presentation of historic echo of contemporary border control and internment camping, which happened in America, and also the graphic journalism which merges documentary tone with emotional immediacy, the unwanted stories. And here I come to the conclusion. Graphic narratives offer unique access to migrant experiences. Their hybridity reflects the fragmented, layered nature of displacement, and visual storytelling bridges borders between reality and imagined, what is real and what is imagined. And this is like, these are some of the points, of course, not all. And I'd like to thank you for listening. And I'm sorry I cannot see you because I can see just the presentation. So I'll be more than happy to answer your questions or to listen to your comments, positive or negative. And these are the references that I used in to prepare this presentation. Thank you so much. I hope I'm on time.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you so much, Yasir. Perfect timing. And